I would say this, when the psalmist wrote Psalms 103, no doubt in my heart he was thinking about God's care in his life. Listen to the words. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul. Forget not all his benefits. Can you stop there for a minute and think about that? I know that the psalmist, when he was writing that, in the back of his mind, somewhere in his heart, he was thinking of the benefits of the Lord, the providence of God, the care of God, the timely care of God. He said, bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgiveth all thy iniquities, who healeth thy diseases, who redeemeth thy life from destruction, who crowneth thee with loving kindness and tender mercies, who satisfieth thy mouth with good things, so that thy youth is renewed like the eagles. The Lord executed righteousness and judgment for all that oppress. He made known his ways unto Moses, his acts unto the children of Israel. The Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger and plenteous in mercy. He will not always chide, neither will he keep his anger forever. He had not dealt with us according to our sins, nor rewarded us according to our iniquities. For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy toward them that fear him. As far as from the east is the west, so far had he removed our transgression. I would say this, that he was thinking about the providence of God in his life. When David penned the 23rd Psalms, many of you could quote it this morning. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. You can't tell me that David wasn't thinking about the providence of God in his life and the care of God in his life. Sure, he was thinking of the caring shepherd for his sheep. Don't forget what James said. Every good gift and every perfect gift cometh from above and cometh down from the Father of lights, in whom there's no variableness, neither shadow of turning. My friend, if there's something good that have happened to you, it was because of God's providence. If there's anything good that happened to you, it was because God is showing his providence in your life. God's divine providence is always at work in your life. Let me say it this way, the way God cares for you is very clear. The way God cares for me is very clear. The way God cares for this church is very clear. The way God cares for your family is very, very obvious and clear. God clearly manifests his care for his children. You know what our problem is? Our main problem as human beings is not that God doesn't care for us and God doesn't show his providence of grace towards us. Our main problem as human beings concerning the providence of God is that God is exercising his care over us, but we are often blindsided with ourselves and our problems. Our selfish ways tend to see ourselves more than seeing God's care for us. Go back to the illustration of the flight. When you're going to get into the airport, and boy, your flight is delayed because the storm comes along. There's a mechanical problem. Instead of looking at it, it's like, man, this is messing up my schedule. Why don't you stop for a minute and say, maybe God is just protecting you so you don't die. Or maybe God is just protecting you for another tragedy that might happen. Or maybe God is protecting you from that accident that might just happen ahead. Our selfish ways tend to see ourselves more than seeing God's daily care.